All right, everybody, new week, new time to make some more progress. So I'm going to start on the next step because I just finished looking at the home built help video on how to get this guy installed. So let's get started. Anyway, this is some setup I got for kind of rigging this up from home built help. What you did, you mark the dead center of the tube, which I've done here, 2 hose clamps to hold this in place. What this allows us to do is adjust everything. So right now I've got the hoop set in the position that it's supposed to be in so that I can mark this angle here on the sides. And also, this is kind of sort of set up, but I'm seeing that I'm not quite square, so I'm going to adjust all of these little parameters so I can drill and cleco all of these things into place. So I'm going to do a little more maneuvering, but pretty soon I think I'll be ready to do some more cutting and riveting. Deburring of these later. All right, so I got those drilled, clecoed in place on both sides. We are even. If you look here side to side, I've tried to be approximately, take a look here, even to about 1 rivet behind the stiffener here. So that puts us pretty much even on both sides. Now I need to line up these tubes here, make my marks, and make the cut so this sits flush, and then I can move on to the next step of getting this canopy installed. So the next step is pretty simple. What I've got is you've got the canopy here, and it needs to align with the extended center line of this rivet. So we want to position it as it is right here, and I need to mark a line basically right across here to make the cut on each side. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll be having to get out my, where is that? I will have to get out the bandsaw here in just a minute to accomplish that task. I've got a very interesting problem that I think I need to talk to Roger about before I go any further, but I think it's a very simple problem to solve, but let me show you what it is. Again, on the HDS, it was never meant to have this canopy on it. It was originally a side hinge, and there was a conversion up to a forward hinge. But if you notice here with the 650 canopy, there's an overlap of 5 millimeters. So what I'm thinking is I need to talk to Roger about getting this made 5 millimeters shorter or shortening it. So basically this, I think, needs to move 5 millimeters this way. Don't think that's much of a problem, but I think it can be very easily solved. I'm just gonna have to give Roger a call tomorrow. So I'm gonna call Zenith tomorrow, but until then, I'm gonna find other things that I can do to get to work on this. Mainly, I think I need to spend some time watching some videos and figuring out the next steps. So I'll catch you guys next time I can make some progress. All right, so it's the next day, and I spent some time talking to Roger today, and what we decided to do was I'm going to trim these basically about 5 centimeters. That'll take care of the difference between the 601 HDS and the 650. So now tonight I'm going to get these trimmed up. Maybe not these, but I will get the hoops trimmed up and basically riveted into their final, well, not riveted, but I'm going to temporarily cleco them into their final position. I've got these marked so that I'm going to take them to my dad's house this weekend. We'll get them trimmed up and we'll be able to make more progress. Again, 31 days, I'm going to have as much done as I can. we're getting close to the end. So let's make some progress. Alright, so a lot of progress got done tonight. What I was able to do is get the rear hoop installed. So what I've got is we've trimmed it here so that this location is nice and flush. These are the brackets here in the front, which you can see, that are clear coated in place. And these are holding the rear hoop to this rollover protection bar. So this is actually what supports the rear portion of the canopy itself. So now I have these marked up also where I need to trim them. So we'll trim them at my dad's house this weekend. That way I can get them ready to go for the installation of the front hoop. But that being said, I still have other work to do that I can make progress on tomorrow, which is I need to get the latches installed. So this is going to be the next project, which I'm going to jump on tomorrow night. So let's jump forward to tomorrow night when I can get onto these parts. So everybody, is the next night, and sadly, my old rivet gun has bit the dust. This thing's been with me since I started building Zeniths. It's gone through more rivets than I care to imagine, but alas, it has finally died and it shall be put out to pasture. So, had to make a trip down to Home Depot, and I've got the next generation right here. So, I'm going to jump on. I've got a couple rivets I got to set, and I'm going to see what I think of the new gun. All right, now that's going to wrap up this week, and what I was able to do while I was at my dad's house is we actually got these cut to size. So now next week, again, next week being Christmas, I'm still going to make a little more progress. I don't think we're going to get the whole canopy installed, but we're going to make it really, really close. So let's see how much work we can get done next week. But until then, this is me, Larry Nelson, saying on projects like this, get in the garage, get to building, and I will see you guys next time. Catch me if I fall.